Hello and welcome once again to the Crystal Tomb. I am kcStranger and these are my tormented players. Well, four of them anyway. We'll see how the fifth comes along. So last time, the party had gone over to Tavrith, the ancient golden dragon's vault. He started up a music box and they entered a bit of a dream world. Well, three of them did. Alistair, Colleen, and Halale. Seeking to... He didn't exactly explain how it worked, but pretty clearly seeking to root out the Aboleth's influence over their minds, and indeed they did immediately become confronted by a bunch of creepy things. A fight ensued. They did emerge victorious, however rather battered, but did not wake up afterwards. At that point, Innes realized something was amiss and brought Kane and Fallon with her into this dream world, whatever it is, where they were confronted by even more nasty-looking things, as well as this guy down at the bottom of the screen, who is a particularly huge nasty, who, after Innes fired off a quick heal, sort of jumped at her. The two of them engaged in a private duel behind a prismatic wall for a while the party fought a bunch of other enemies. The entire time being subject to a variety of strange effects as the reality of the world sort of imposed, the unreality of the world, if you will, imposed itself upon them. They did finally kill most of the enemies. There's still one left. When the wall fell, and this large creature once again came into sight. So that is where we're going to pick up tonight. And actually, I'm going to pause combat for a moment. Well, let's see. Actually, if you want the mood music from last time, there it is. So, as the prismatic wall falls, all movement in the room freezes. You feel almost paralyzed, though you can still turn your head around and look, and the spectator that was attacking also seems to sort of pause in this crystallized moment. Your eyes turn toward the wall, and you watch as the strange creature that attacked Innes creeps atop it. And then you hear a voice inside your head. Alistair, you recognize the language as deep speech, or at least it seems related. But the rest of you only know that whatever language it is, you understand it as if the words were spoken in your native tongue. The voice, a whispering monotone, says, "Do you truly wish to fight? We need not be enemies. Just say it is your wish, and you may leave in peace, and I shall return the powers you have lost."
Do we see,
Innes?
yeah, that person.
From where you're standing, you don't see her. You just see this large, sort of hooded, tentacle creature come.
So just to be, as a refresher, Fallon and Gamorga both can't move right now, right?
No, they did recover from the paralysis.
Oh, they did recover from paralysis?
Yeah, they're still
cool.
prone, and Fallon also has damage vulnerability. Just a second.
Are you under the weather, KC?
No, I'm fine. Do I sound weird?
Just a slightly little bit.
Okay, I mean, I was speaking in a odd sort of voice for a moment. Let me know if
quit
it
that.
seems like I have
Okay.
audio problems.
No, you don't. It's just you sound sick. That's just a tiny
Okay.
bit.
Yeah, you can't see Innis from where you're at. You just see this creature atop the wall. The wall's slightly taller than you are, so it's probably blocking your line of sight.
I mean, I'll let you. You got this. You guys got this.
Fallon says, no, thank you.
This is in our heads, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with peace is all I've ever desired.
Dear
And
God.
you hear back. Do you wish to leave and accept my offer?
I do, but I would also like to figure out what everyone else is doing here. Only if we all get to go, basically.
You and your 4 companions may leave if you also wish.
Well, there's 5. But what about Innis? Because she's here too.
Pardon me. The wolf as well.
Oh, I thought you left out Kane. I'm sorry.
You feel more than hear a sort of slimy laughter in your mind.
Well, I think that Innis is also part of this whole deal thing. Kind of need her.
Very well then. And with that, we are going to go back into initiative. Halil, it's your turn, and we are still following the special rules from last time.
I had to open the special rules in.
So you need to roll a d6. I need to roll
Yes.
3d6.
So we will be doing dexterity checks this time. Haven't done this one yet.
Nice.
Yes.
I'm excited for that. I'm just gonna go with
Dexterity.
615. I
Okay.
think. Because I have unfinished business.
Yeah.
Just I over here. I'm gonna punch your lights out.
That's a hit.
Dumb bitch. And then I'm gonna flurry of blows him.
Well, hold on a
So-
sec. First of all, you can't flurry of blows because you went 615. But second of all, go ahead
Oh,
and roll
yeah, I
damage
did,
for
didn't
that
I?
attack.
That's why that yeah. Okay. I forgot to read.
That being
Anyway.
said, you oh wait, no, the 4 is all right. Yeah,
Great.
so your first punch hits it. You feel a satisfying collapse of flesh. See one of its teeth fall out beneath your fist, but it does remain up.
But I do have my other extra attack.
Correct.
Because that's just an attack.
And that also hits. And then your second one comes through and you punch it just below its eye, and you watch as, in response to the force of your blow, the eye sort of flits up back into the skull, and it sort of swoons, falls towards the ground, and then evaporates into a cloud of green and black mist.
Sweet. Dex save, is it?
Yep. All right. You are good. Alistair, it is your turn.
One, 3, and 6, you say. All right. I I'll go 3, 6, 1. And I'm going to cast invisibility. And then I am
hold
going...
on. Wild magic.
Yep, you got it.
Okay.
Cast visibility, and then I would like to move 30 feet. Which is 30 feet basically directly towards Innis, so there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. These are not 5-foot squares. That was good, right? About there?
Close enough that I won't worry because I didn't measure it off.
And I would like to use Tides of Chaos to try to not die to this saving throw. Excellent. 16.
Okay, yep, you're good.
I'm great, some would say. Alright, that's my turn.
Okay, Kane.
So save first?
No, first you roll 3d6. The save comes at the very end of your turn.
I think I'll go 3, 4, 3.
Okay.
Oh wait, movement speed's half now, right?
If you go 3, 4, 3, yeah.
Okay. Where do I want to go? So I don't see Innis.
Correct.
Just big tentacle guy. How tall is tentacle person again?
Almost 15 feet.
Oh, good.
Like he's huge.
Fallon still has hunter marks up apparently.
Yeah. So Fallon, I'm reminding you that from last time you still have Hunter's Mark up. When the spectator died, I imagine you transfer it to Big Dude. So you've got Hunter's Mark active. I'm gonna go and delete that reminder now.
Alright, I'm gonna use my bonus action to dash, I guess.
Okay. So your speed is effectively 45 feet this turn. Because you do get half your movement speed on top of that.
Oh, I get the full 30 for dashing?
The way that with these rules I'm doing a dash action is you get your normal movement speed for dashing. So your normal movement speed plus half of it is 45.
Boom.
Alright.
So for the purposes of my stuff, the tentacle person hasn't gone in combat yet, right?
He's been in combat with Innis this entire time.
Oh, that's right. Dang it. Hey, someone goes there next to that big tentacle monster. Oh, I miss our big tanky bro.
That mean you're attacking it?
I am. I was just hoping to get like some sneak attack dice on there. But
Yeah. Okay, that is, however, a hit. So yeah,
I think my damage is halved, so that should be either 5 or 6, depending on how you want to round it.
it's 5. Its rules are round down. All right, so yeah, you dash away, you whip out your short bow and fire an arrow back at it. Sort of disappears into its cloak a little bit, but you think you did some damage.
Can I just be like since I heard it in my head earlier, can I just like think really hard, like just we'll leave with Innis. We're cool just leaving and taking Innis with us.
And you sort of
Please no tentacles.
the sense you get back is, unfortunately, not the offer.
I mean, I never declined an offer. We just kind of started.
All right, go
attacking.
and give me your saving throw.
Uh,
Okay, you're good.
It better be good. Like
Next.
I had to crit fail to not make that. I think.
Next is Innis. All right, Fallon, your turn. And actually, let me check something real quick. I have to remember exactly how I set up the timing of this. Okay, it's vulnerability until your next turn, which it's not your next turn, so you're no longer at bat. Fallon, I don't understand what your comment means.
The last one I sent you?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's fine. You don't have to worry about that.
Okay.
It's okay if it doesn't make sense.
So go and roll 3d6.
I did.
Oh. I don't see 3d6. Why do I not see them?
Just gotta scroll
I
down.
don't see it.
Oh, hold on. I just had a thing that said my connection to the server popped up for a second.
Yeah, mine's popping up too.
But I rolled 133.
Okay.
I can re-roll it if you want, but that's what it shows on
No,
my
I'm
screen.
still like seeing your video and stuff, so let's just roll with it for now.
Okay, you guys all. Oh,
Yeah.
I see no one
Roll
now besides
20
myself.
guys.
Come back.
Things have
Yeah.
happened.
All right, I'm gonna try loading back in. We'll see what happens.
I'm so alone. So, what did I do? Fudge.
Roll 20 is.
I hate my rolls.
Hold on a sec. I'm gonna completely restart my browser because. Oh, wait a minute. Is it loading things?
Hey, the three of us.
I see a kcStranger.
I see Airlord and myself, and I see a black screen for KC.
I've got
Oh,
two
wait, I see
unmoving
the map.
people.
Okay, there we go. I see
Casey,
the map now.
okay.
Yeah, it still says my connection to the server. Maybe I should rejoin.
Yeah,
Nah.
just go ahead and.
Oh, people are loading in.
Yep.
I'm gonna
I see
rejoin.
yo.
Oh, there are the dice rolls now.
Okay, I don't see people's video, but otherwise. Oh, now I see Kane's video. All right, yeah. So if you haven't refreshed, go ahead and refresh, and then just wait, and it should be okay. And
Yeah,
I do see the 133.
I'm waiting for the map to pop in.
Oh, gotcha.
There it
took me a
goes.
moment.
And I'm gonna reopen my character sheets. One second. Okay. Yeah, we haven't heard from Alistar. Is he in the game?
Hello.
There you are. We're just listening.
Yes.
Okay. So I don't like these stupid rolls. I guess I'm gonna go. One, three, three.
Okay.
And I want to get up on the wall. Or I have to stand up, right?
Yeah, that'll be
So-
half your movement.
So my movement is 30. So I can go. I could get over the wall.
So you're gonna spend.
Well, no, I can.
Yeah, so it's 6
Oh,
feet
I
up
can get on the
wall.
edge of the wall.
Yeah, you'll spend, I would say, 10 feet to climb up the wall. because your climbing
Okay,
speed is
so
half
then
your
I'd have
movement. So
5
you'd have another
feet.
5 once you climb up.
Okay, well then that's all I do. I just go right there.
Okay. So you're no longer prone.
And I try to.
Are you taking any other actions?
It says
There's
that
a whole bunch of non-attacking spellcasting options that you could use if you like.
Well, actually, since I did 1, 3, 3, so one says you cannot attack or cast spell actions or spell features used as actions, and then on this 3 it says you may only use movement before your next turn.
Well, yeah, but that's of reaction, bonus action, and movement. So if you look like under 5, for instance, there's a whole bunch of actions that you can take other than attacking or casting a spell.
The guy, I guess, I want to look for. I just want to see if I can see Innis and how she's doing.
Oh, I see. So yeah, that'll be free because once you climb up on the wall, you'll be able to see that. And you look down, you see Innis right here, and she is lying, apparently catatonic. If you want to give me a perception check, you can see whether she's alive or not.
I would like to do that. Shit.
No, that's good enough, actually. You faintly see her chest rise and fall, so you gather that she is still alive.
Well, can I do that one thing?
What one thing?
Can I use my ring?
That is use an object. That is not an attack.
Okay. I'm gonna use my wish ring and wish. So Fallon says, "Boy, I wish Innis was over here and healthy and not impaired in any way."
That's your wish, huh?
Yes.
Dun dun dun.
All right, I have to think about this.
I considered about wishing for Karula to be here right now.
And then he'd get smashed too.
I doubt it.
All right, so let me see here. I gotta. All right, I know how I'm gonna do this, but I need to do something real quick. All right, so. All right, let me see here. Sorry, this is just a little bit involved to work out on the fly.
Do I have to roll or anything?
Well, I'm getting there. The issue is I'm working out exactly what you have to roll, and I don't want to speak. I mean, this is a very unique circumstance. Okay. And I have to like record some things. It's a little involved. Let me see here. It's gonna be. All right. As you cast that wish, I need you to roll a D100.
Hey, let's go.
Fingers crossed. Oh, that command doesn't work. Did I?
Okay.
Is that right? 2 dice?
No, just one. That's right.
Two dice came out on my screen.
Oh, I'm only seeing a 36.
Oh, is it like okay? I also see a 6, and I have a 30 and a 6. What did I do?
Oh.
That's weird. We see a 36 on our screen.
Yeah, it
Like
says you
at
just
one
rolled
dice?
D100.
One dice with a 36.
Yep.
Like I have the 3D dice on, and I show 2 dice.
Oh, that's because there's
three
no
dice.
there's no 100 sided die,
Yeah,
so you do
so
like 2
it's-
dice.
It rolls 2d10s to do a D100. Once for the
So the
10s, place,
30
one
and then
for
the 6.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
you're good.
interesting. Okay.
So it's not a
all right,
300?
So now
No,
I
that's
need to. I literally need to get out a calculator to work this out. So give me a moment.
Okay, yeah, that's all right.
No, that's fine.
I like that you can make a D9001, but you can't make a D100 dice. That would just be. Is it physically impossible? That doesn't make sense.
No, I think it's just because D100 is a standard thing. Like, so that's a way you normally do that is roll two D10s. It's called percentile dice. So it's probably just programmed in for 3D dice that way.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. So, come on.
PH Dizzle.
Alright, cool. So that's gonna be. And okay, and I need to check one more thing. And then, I'm sorry, this is like just, there's actually, it's kind of involved what's going on here. And frankly, I did not prepare for this possibility. Okay.
Well, I hope I'm not like. I hope this is an appropriate situation.
No, this is absolutely appropriate. I
And it's not. It's not
No,
just
that-
like,
that-
oh,
that
we were
was
having
well
fun in a
used
dream.
history. That was well used. We don't want Innis. We want Innis in this fight. I feel like.
I'm just waiting until we get to the end of the bit, and then it's like, and nothing happens.
It was a dream.
Hey.
Hey, I see a Braveshine in Discord.
Okay.
Just ignore that.
Okay.
Oh. Hey. Alright, so you guys are fighting the big bad thing right now. A couple rounds of combat happened, and when it got to Fallon's turn, he used his wish ring to wish that
Wish
Innis
it away.
was like alive and well, because she seemed to be comatose from where she was. Alright, so Fallon.
Also, nobody knows that I have that.
That's
Probably
true.
didn't hear me.
That is true. That said, all right. So you scramble on top of the wall, and you look down and see Innis lying comatose on the ground. You sort of finger the ring in your hand and utter your wish, and you hear a faint crack as one of the 3 stones on the ring shatters. You see the creature on the wall swivel and look down, but by the time he turns his head, Innis has already gotten up in a rush of sort of a magenta light. You see the streak of light. She appears next to you on the wall, or slightly in front of you, sort of down in a 3-point stance, heaving heavily. She seems exhausted, staring up at the creature. Or actually, wait a minute, let me think about this. No, you know what? I'm actually going to retcon that. I'm going to try not to retcon too much, but...
I did say I wish she was over here and feeling on.
Oh, yes, you did. Okay, exactly.
But it's
No, I actually...
it's up to you. I just wanted to mention that because
No, I actually... And retconning is for the week. So exactly that happens, and you watch as the creature turns back towards the two of you. And that... Oh yeah, and I think that's most of your turn. You get a saving throw now.
Oh, that's right.
I think it was on a 3. Yeah.
Dexterity.
Yep.
Yeah. Clicking buttons.
All right. And that brings us to the big bad, who now sees the two of you. So... Actually, he's going to use this. All right. How much can he catch in this? Okay. We will... Alright, let's see if he goes there. Oh yeah, alright. So he will slide off the wall, come to this point, and then... Alright, I need Gmork, Fallon, and Innis to make wisdom saving throws.
Watch Innis be the only one that fails it.
He already rolled.
Actually, Gmork succeeded, the other two failed. So...
For real?
For real.
So close.
Rip Innis. Not wise enough.
Wait a minute. Hold on, I need to read something.
He has a thing.
Never mind, I don't think I do. But
He doesn't have a thing.
Okay, so Fallon and Innis take 14 psychic damage. Gmork takes nothing, actually.
Well, that wasn't too bad. That damage, yeah.
Well, and you are also stunned for the next minute.
He was probably going to stop there, Kane. But you know, it's cool. It's cool.
You can repeat the saving throw to recover from the stun.
At the end of my turn, or what?
Yeah.
I spoke too soon, I'm sorry.
It's an end of turn thing. So basically what happens is this thing comes out, you see the air sort of ripple in front of you, and then a wave of just pure despondency and despair passes over you, and you just sort of slump down where you are. So yeah, that's what happens. Incidentally, in addition to not being able to move or speak, and failing strength and dexterity throws automatically, attack rolls against you also have advantage when you're stunned. Alright, and that brings us to Gmork.
But he's... Oh, well, he can just do the wisdom. Oh, no, Ryan, he's the one who succeeded.
Correct.
Gmork is wiser than a god.
No responsibility for any harm you do to yourself or to others after viewing this tape. Whatever happens, it's not our fault.
Note, Gmork is prone at the moment.
Yeah, 514. That is not the document I need to look at. There we go.
Using a potion is a bonus action.
If you use it on yourself, yes.
And we're not in the nightmare realm of turns.
This
Oh,
is so
we are.
dumb.
We are
This
still.
is so
Yeah.
dumb.
Still using those rules.
Oh boy, let me find those again.
They're in the channel if you need to re-download them, right above
I'm not gonna lie,
sketch.
this is very frustrating.
Well, I won't be doing this every time. This is sort of unique to this combat.
What was that thing called? Player handout.
Nightmare rules.
Nailed it.
Yep. I feel like I'm just getting the perfect rolls for everything I want to do to where, like, no matter the combination, I'm screwed.
Oh, if you're tired of it, I think if we kill that guy, it might stop.
Yeah. Maybe Kane doesn't badger KC about the weak spells, and then I don't get stunned and I can actually attack. You know?
This boss is a scrub. He's so weak and lame.
We need
maybe
2 of
just-
them.
Shouldn't stand within range.
Oh my god, this is so silly. I'm gonna do 145 and I'm just gonna stand up.
Okay. So no longer prone.
And I guess I'll do the dex save.
Are you doing any kind of action?
I can't, right?
Well,
What did I
no.
say?
One doesn't mean you can't do anything. It just means that you can't use an attack or cast a spell action.
What are the other actions? What are the,
Look under number 5. I have them all listed.
Engage
prepare a dodge or
Right.
something?
Yeah, you should always at least dodge.
He's gonna prepare a dodge and he's gonna growl because he's pissed.
Alright. Go and give me a dex save. Okay, succeed on the dex save. So that brings us to Colleen.
Diddly do it. That's not bad.
Yeah, very nice. God damn it. I'm gonna go grab a drink.
Alright, I'm gonna do 554.
Alright.
So I would like to use my potion of greater healing on myself,
Okay.
which is how much?
44 plus 4. And actually, record that you use that potion and ask me about it later.
Okay.
Alright.
Give me that sweet, sweet HP back. Let me just note that this thing is used. Alright. And then I would like to... Does everyone look pretty healthy on our squad?
I'll let them speak for that. I will say Innis is a god, but other than that, she looks in pretty rough shape.
I'm a little above half health. Gmork's fine. You should totally unfreeze me or whatever I am, paralyze me.
I wish I could, friend.
Do it anyway.
Okay. I
Dig deep.
don't think I have the range for that. Definitely not.
Move, or can you not move? Did you pick not to move?
I cannot use dash, disengage, dodge, help, search. So I should be able to move. I just can't
Yeah, you
do
can.
anything strenuous.
So you've already used a bonus action, so you can use either, or
Yeah.
you can either save your reaction or use movement, and then you can do an attack, cast a spell, or some similar feature.
I would like to keep my reaction. I think.
Alright.
I'm going to. Man, these rules make everything so slow because I can't plan until it's my turn. How's Kane doing?
He's fine.
I'm fine.
You leave him alone.
Kane's fine.
Totally fine.
Totally fine. How's the lighting in here? You know what? I'm gonna use mirror images. We're gonna do that.
Okay,
That'll be my thing today.
cool. Alright, so go ahead and give me your dex save then.
So, Neat.
Yep, you are good. Okay, so that will bring us to Haleo.
We need a new thing to save for.
We do.
Good job, Halil.
Alright, so this will be intelligence.
God damn it.
I prefer Dex.
God, not my intelligence, man.
3, 2, 3.
Oh wait, no, it's a saving throw.
Because it was too easy, buddy.
My int saving throw is actually pretty good. Never mind. It's not negative, so. It's no more strength saving throws, please. That's all they ask for.
Okay, I think I'll go 2, 3, 3.
Okay.
Yeah, probably. Thanks.
Alright.
That's my movement, yeah, only use movement. I guess I could throw a magical star at him.
I mean, the disadvantage that you got is redundant.
Yeah. So why not? Why not?
Okay, it does. You whip it out at him. You think for a moment you might hit one of the tentacles, but then he sort of pulls it away, and your star goes sailing past. All right, and you're good. At this point, you see him sort of shimmer. Let me see here. And reappears here. Because this boy's got legendary actions.
False.
Alright, Alistair, your turn.
You boy. Let's go 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Nope, I lied. Let's go 2, 1, 3.
Okay.
That's the good one. I don't have any bonus actions. But I'm gonna go ahead and pass on attacking at disadvantage anyway. So I guess I'm just gonna make my saving throw.
Okay.
Because I don't want to lose invisibility for a disadvantage attack.
Sure, it's not like damaging the bad guy would help.
Yeah, I like this pacifist fight we've got going on.
Yep. Intelligence save, right? That's the...
Yep.
Hashtag
You do
stare
succeed.
down.
Alright, that'll bring us to Kane.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you can't hear me saying when I don't hit the button. Wonderful rolls. Wonderful. Has anyone failed the roll yet? The int
Nope.
check yet? I'm afraid of what will happen to fail it.
You'll probably just get dumber, so it won't be much effect on you.
Believe in yourself. Biscuit for the biscuit.
Sweet, sweet biscuit.
I'm gonna go 5-1-1.
Alright.
Yeah, girl.
And I'm gonna fire an arrow at his face.
Okay. That is a hit.
Pew.
Yep, you fire another arrow. It sinks in. You notice a small little trickle of something green come out from where your arrow sinks in. That's that. Looks like you just have a reaction left, so give me that intelligence saving throw.
Why didn't you want to damage him?
And you succeed.
No, tell us this thing about if we can take him down without damaging him, but I damaged him like at the very beginning of this, of like when he came up, so
Alright,
I don't know why he talked about not damaging him.
so now, this guy is going
Because
to
no one
take
else has.
another legendary action. Will make a tentacle attack against Mork. So reaches out and swipes at Mork with one of his tentacles.
Mark ready to dodge, right?
Correct. So that's disadvantage. Alright. So I presume a 10 is too low.
It is. It is too low.
Alright. So
Needs to be a
that,
17.
that will bring us to Innis. So, like, she's going to be recovering from that, so the saving throw will be the 6. So, sure, 6, 4, 6. But here is her attempt to recover from the stun. Fails once again. Here is her int save. Does succeed at that. Okay. Fallon.
First, before I take my turn, what was the weather like Thursday evening in Chicago?
I'm trying to remember.
All flights in and out.
Oh,
of
it
Midway
was
were canceled.
fine here. I don't know why.
Really?
It canceled. Yeah.
That is nonsense.
I
Okay.
I was dumbfounded.
Okay. Their website only described weather. I didn't check maps or
Really?
anything.
They said weather here was about. I was like walking around outside catching Pokemon last Thursday.
Are you serious?
Yes.
God damn it. That is nonsense. Okay. Yeah, because they told us all flights in and out of Chicago, all airports were canceled.
That's absurd.
Well, I don't know
which
how I'm
one?
gonna pick these. Three. Okay, well, I don't really get to do anything, right?
Yeah, not really.
Kill
Just
that
go
guy?
ahead and give me your wisdom save.
Wisdom. Oh wait, that's the wisdom save to get out of the stun.
Correct. And that actually is still a fail.
Awesome. I guess I still need to do the intelligence save.
But I mean, just remember, the damage wasn't that much, so it wasn't that bad.
But hey, you're good there.
I'm not your friend, Kane. We heard the reports of a car bomb at the airport, but then everybody just said weather.
Oh,
Even their website, and we didn't see anything about a car bomb on Reddit or anything. So
weird. Alright, it is now the big guy's turn. So he is going to actually let me see. If I go here. Actually here. Alright, we'll just do this. Alright. And the first attack will come in towards Kane. So Kane, here's a tentacle coming at you.
Please no tentacles.
Alright, looks like that hits. So take 13 bludgeoning damage. And I need a strength saving throw.
Hold on, I have to math real quick, hold on.
I can't type what I was about to type. God damn it.
You said strength saving throw,
Yep.
but I have a -1 to that. Casey, please though, to make me do it.
All right, you are now grappled, and you are also restrained. As long as you are grappled, attack rolls against you have advantage, and if the big guy moves, then you move with him. All right, and with
So
that,
can I attack from this position?
you can. Restrained means that your attacks have disadvantage, and attacks against you have advantage.
Okay, and also, never mind. Just finish his turn first.
Okay. The next attack is going to come towards Colleen, so you've got mirror image. I think 9 means we're targeting a duplicate. Yeah.
Well, we decided that I'm rolling the d20, right?
Oh, right. Yep. Or, wait a minute.
I roll a d20. If it's over
Yes.
6, it goes to an illusion, and the illusions have an AC of 13.
Right. Okay.
So yeah.
All right.
And
So,
it doesn't destroy the illusion
so
either.
it's attacking against an illusion at 13 AC. Okay, so pops 1 illusion. It's gonna make another attack against you.
No, don't do it. No, I guess it's gonna hit me.
13.
Oh no, guess it won't hit me.
All right, you nimbly dodge.
Nailed it.
All right. And that I believe. Yep, that's its turn. So it's now Mork.
Hmm. Can I do 5, 2, 4?
You can.
I like the way you say that. Okay, if I'm interpreting that correctly, that means I can move up and attack.
The 2 for the middle one means you can't move.
Oh. Damn it. Okay, 5, 4, 2. Let's roll some dice.
All right. So yeah, you totally can move there then. You can move that far too. Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
I'm gonna bite the shit out of this guy.
All right.
Go for his face.
Okay, that is a hit, and hey, I didn't give this guy poison resistance or immunity or any of that. Okay, so let's see what we got going on here. So 16 damage as Gamork finds a big juicy tentacle and bites down. And you see the sort of purple energy seep away from that, and now it's got to make a con save. Alright.
What is that about? Melon Lord?
Oh, his turn's
Since
next.
my turn is next, I'm trying to plot.
Oh,
Alright, does make the save.
cool.
Anything else?
Um,
Actually, I think that's all you can.
yeah, I think that's all I can do. I have to do the save, right? Is it still
I guess theoretically you could
intelligence?
take a bonus action. Or you can just save your reaction.
I thought. What?
You did 4 for the middle one, so you still have you can either save your reaction or use a bonus action, as you like.
I'll save the reaction, I guess.
Alright, so go ahead and give me an int save. All right. So
Didn't work.
let's see. All right. So Gmork sees nightmarish visions pass before it.
He's used to that.
The
Go
creature
on.
in front of it appears even more terrifying than before. Seems like a monster cat risen
He
to
likes
destroy
the
it.
challenge.
I don't know. Suffice to say, Gmork is now afraid of all enemies until his next turn. So fear means that Gmork cannot willingly move closer to the source of its fear. Also has disadvantage on all ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within sight.
Okay, and it dissipates on my next turn or after?
Yeah, that's a really good question.
Well, you said
Until
like
the end of your next turn is how long
Okay.
it lasts.
fine.
Alright, so there we go.
Did it get poisoned?
It did
No,
not.
No, it did not. So Colleen, it's you now.
Okay, I'm gonna do 623.
Alright.
But I really don't have a plan. And I can't cast very well when it's standing next to me, right? Does it have reach with its tentacles? Or
It has 10-foot reach. You would know this based on how the earlier combat went. So if you try to do a ranged attack roll, that will have. Well, actually, wait a minute. Yeah, that will have disadvantage with it right in your face. If you use something that's just like an AoE with a saving throw, that's actually fine.
so what you're telling me to do is tidal wave.
If you did that, it would not have any kind of problem with it. How many spell slots do you have left? You must be really low.
I have one left of tidal wave.
Alright.
And I've got one level 1 and I've got 2 twos.
Okay. Just curious.
Very low.
We lost Dick Chickens.
Yeah.
Dirty some bitch.
That's alright. We'll just get to his turn and I'll, like, not move and pass and make the save.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, it sounds like what he would do.
And the lighting in here is like full lighting, dim lighting.
I mean, it's not impeding anybody's sight. It's not bright at all, but everyone can see fine.
But clinging shadows should work.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna go for that.
Okay. Interesting. Alright, so where are you setting that up?
We're gonna do it like this area.
Okay.
Not Kane, not Gomork, but most of this area.
Right, so like... Just like that? That look right?
Yeah. That'll work.
Okay. So it has to make a
Strength.
strength save.
Where's all our moonbeams?
What's your DC?
15.
Alright, it will choose to succeed instead, using a use of its legendary resistance.
I figured that was the case. Can I use the bonus action this turn to try to grab it again?
To try to grab it? Oh, wait a minute.
Since you may only use a bonus action.
Until the spell ends, you may use a bonus action on each of your turns. Okay, I'm trying to...
Flailing shadow hands.
Yeah, I'm just thinking normally spells like this, the idea of it is that you can try to use it once per turn. I don't know. Stalker, you've DM'd this as well. I think that's the way this is supposed to work, right? You get... No, you haven't? You've never done D&D? Wow. All right.
No.
Okay.
I have.
I'm trying to think of like a similar spell that's in the. Oh yeah. I mean, I think the way Kyrian these spells work, right, is like you get one try per turn, and that's the point. Oh, there we go. Evert's Tentacles. I'll check the rules for that.
It does make
I mean,
sense.
I'm
to
not
me,
sure if
though,
there's
that
ones that
you cast it, and that's its initial grab, and if it fails that grab next turn, you can try another grab.
Yeah, I think
That's-
that's the idea. So I'm gonna say no
Okay.
because I'm like
'Cause
pretty sure that's how it's supposed to work.
When I think about it, I'm like, you cast it, that's the initial grab, but it is within this area, and then I still have a bonus action that I can use to grab something else.
All
that
right.
was
See, the
outside of
problem
the
is
area.
this spell came from that like Unearthed
Yeah.
Arcana thing, right? So I'm like trying to think of a player's handbook spell that does a similar thing.
I mean, you're free
Aren't
to
there like druid ones?
that's
Like,
just my interpretation.
aren't there druid spells that are like grasping vines or something? Or like
What about Flaming Sphere?
flaming sphere? That's a good one.
That doesn't sound like a grabby move.
Well, no, but you summon it in one spot, and then as a bonus action, you can move it.
Yeah.
It's like Oriana.
No, that's okay. Because what I was doing was I was looking to see a spell like in the player's handbook. Does it actually include language about like having to wait? According to this, it looks like no, actually. So yeah, thank you for the example, Jato. I'll allow it. So it'll have to make a new save.
Here comes the nat 20. Oh, yes, get
No.
restrained.
Yep, it's gonna burn another resistance.
Damn it. Worth it. I tried.
I mean, you got 2 uses of its legendary resistance in one turn. That's not bad.
I
It's
tried.
like getting someone's flash.
Okay, and then it's an intelligence save.
All right, yeah. So what? You got a 3 for the save, I think.
Oh, I'm good.
Yeah, you're good. All right, that'll bring us to the top of the order. Whoops.
Clean those things.
Not 1D F6.
What the hell is it? Oh,
All right, we're back on Constitution saves.
I prefer intelligence. Alright, I'm gonna do 5, 2, 4.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Why am I? No, no, that's stupid. I knew there was something I was missing. Okay. Yes, 5, 4, 2. I was going with the riskier option. 5, 4, 2.
All right.
So I can actually run up to this guy.
Yeah, you get half
Yeah.
the movement. Yeah, you're good.
And then I'm gonna give him the old fist to the face. And now that I actually have a bonus action I can use, I'm gonna flurry of blows him.
Yep.
And you can't stop me this time.
Well, shit. All of those hit. Alright, yeah. So you go full on, I've had enough of this crap mode. You run up, and you just start wailing away on the thing. You pound. It's kind of like, you know, you feel like, well, actually, no, I don't want to say that because I don't want to mislead you. You pound in, and you see more wells of this blackish, greenish ichor sort of come up from where you bruised it. So that's 30 total damage. Not too bad.
And because I hit him with a blow from a flurry of blows, I want to make him unable to take reactions till the end of his next turn.
Does it get a save for that?
The other's saves, but that one's just it can't take reactions until the end of your next turn.
Okay.
My next turn.
All right. So after you do that, it is going to take its legendary action to teleport once again. So let me see here. So it's just gonna hop.
Is Jato invisible still?
Yes.
He don't care.
Sits on Jato.
It's just getting outside. Or actually, wait a minute. No.
Who just moved Kane?
Yeah, Kane, did you move with it?
Yeah, Kane does move with it. It wants to get. Actually, wait a
Oh
minute.
yeah, because it's
Oh, he's
grappled.
Oh,
grappled.
it's grappled.
You straight grappled, boy.
I love how it just goes wild now.
You're here. I need anything because it wants to get out of the range of this thing if it can. So actually, it wants to go to the pole.
Moonbeam it, somebody.
All right. So actually, it's going to move to here.
Hey Kane.
Yeah. So it sort of blink. It sort of. Oh yeah. Sorry. You do make the con save. Yep. So it sort of winks out of existence and then winks back, and it's behind you now, Lael. But you sort of spin around as it moves.
What
past
did
you.
I experience during that?
What you experienced is this momentary sort of
Wait.
wrenching sensation, as if you'd been sucked down a drain.
I was
and
hoping
you-
I was hoping he threw him in the air, like towards where he was going, and then we
Lols.
caught him again when he came.
No, you just sort of blink with him. But yeah, and then you sort of feel like you're coming back out again when you come to the other side.
Totally would have been Air Lord then.
Alright, so Alistair, that brings us to you.
Yeah. I can't do what I wanted to this turn.
One of you guys needs to start taking Dispel magic or something.
Well, I was gonna try to debuff him, but I have almost no chance of succeeding on that this way, so I guess I am gonna go 1, 4, 2.
Okay.
I get 15 feet of movement, right?
Yep.
Go that way.
Sure.
That's where my top corner goes. And I'm gonna take the dodge action.
Okay.
And con save for you.
Yep, you're good. Okay, so after Alistair's turn, it's going to go ahead and use another legendary action to make a slam attack against Kane. So it just sort of takes you, Kane, and wallops you down on the ground. I need you to give me a strength saving throw. And let me check to see. I think you have disadvantage because you're restricted. Oh no, you only have disadvantage on dex.
Well, I mean, I got 213.
Yeah, that said, you do fail it. So you take this much bludgeoning damage as it wallops you into the ground. And you are
Ow!
and you are stunned until the end of its next
How average.
turn. So that
And
means
I'm
you're
stunned until when?
the end of its next turn. So you're stunned this turn.
Cool.
That said, you can go and roll 3d6 to see what kind of save you have to make. So give me that con save. 5 5. Oh, you fail. So you now have vulnerability until your next turn. Let me see, what was I using for that? That was what I was using.
Big cry.
Alright. So I think we are now to Innis
How long is he grappled for?
until he breaks free. He has to actually make the save in order to break out.
Oh, he did roll that already. Okay.
Alright, so...
Yeah, it was strength save. Okay.
Alright, so... Alright, Innis. Make
Oh
this
man,
save.
bro.
Alright, Innis makes the save. So Innis is no longer stunned. And so she finally sort of pulls out of the stupor that she's been in since previously. And will now make her Constitution save.
Oh, thank God.
Succeeds very much so. And that'll bring us to Fallon.
I have to do this basically the same thing, right?
Yeah, basically.
So it's wisdom. Hell yeah.
Alright, you are no longer stunned. Oh, but give me a... Go ahead and roll your 3d6 because we need to set your save.
Okay.
It does matter.
Uh, 115.
Yep. That does mean you have a reaction now, for what it's worth.
And it's what is it?
Constitution.
Sorry, I'm
No
thinking
problem.
about things.
I think you rolled for Gmork.
Oh, you're right. My character sheet disappeared.
Also, for the record, Kane is no longer fine. If anyone was curious. Kane is very much not fine anymore. He would.
Alright, yep, you succeed. Alright, so that brings us to the big guy's turn. So... Alright, I have to remember. So, fear... I don't think fear gives it advantage against Gmork, if I remember right. Right, okay. Alright, so it's gonna give one attack each. So first, Kane, it's gonna pick you up and slam you down once again. Please give me another strength saving throw.
Hey.
Oh, alright. You succeed. So you will not be stunned by this, but you do still take half damage.
I'm gonna die either way.
Yeah,
Let's go.
actually, and you take full damage because you have vulnerability. So it takes 16 damage.
I'm dead.
Alright.
I'm going to try to grab his soul, even though not work.
Nope. And it is still holding on to you for the moment, Kane.
So now you're a weapon.
Alright.
Why do you pick a creature with like strength saving throws? I know at least two of us have negatives to that stat.
Alright, so now it's going to go after Halal with its second attack.
Ow. I think
Alright. So take 11 bludgeoning damage, and you give me a strength saving throw. You do succeed. Alright, and the final one's going to go after Gmork. I think an 8 is a miss.
It is.
I think
Alright.
Casey just hates this, guys.
So with its third tentacle, it swipes after Gmork. Gmork definitely not feeling it, but does skitter out of the way. Okay. So I believe... What?
So okay, never mind. Things were weird.
Alright, that'll bring us to Gmork.
Well, he's feared, right? So.
Right. Now, he's already right next to it, which means he can still use melee attacks, actually.
Okay, so I just need to I did not do that. That was Mel.
will have disadvantage on any attacks.
Well, he gets advantage because he's right next to it with his
Yeah, so it'll
compadres.
cancel.
Ooh, I got a 6. I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself. 6-3-5 work. That means I can attack, and that's it, right?
Yeah, technically you can move if you want. And actually, how long does the no reactions thing last?
Till the end of his next turn.
His next turn. Okay. All right.
I thought it was to the end of Stalker's.
So he's got his reaction
before.
back then. So it could
Hold
opportunity.
on. No, it's mine. Sorry.
Oh, it
Can't
is
take
yours.
reaction till the
Okay,
end of
so
your
yeah.
next turn.
So
That's
if
So I can
Gamork-
I can move.
If
I can
Gamork
attack
wanted
and
to
then move.
away, you can.
Awesome.
You don't
I
have
like
to, but you can.
Also, if you're planning on attacking, use 5 on the action instead of the 6.
Okay, yeah. That's a good idea. So 5, 3, 6,
All right.
and hold on. We're gonna get a little spicy here.
Okay. That is a hit. Alright. So that's 15 damage as you inflict yet another one of those poisonous wounds. The purplish energy sort of starts to seep up one of its tentacles. And a con save. Oh crap. Alright, it will choose to succeed.
This bastard. How many of these has he got?
3 per turn.
I mean,
Oh.
most. Well, no,
Per
it's not
turn.
per. So the way legendary resistance works is you get a certain number per day. I will say. That being said, I'm not telling you how many it has. I will say 3 is a common number. Whoa, whoa, whoa! All right, wait, what happened here?
His movement is 40
Like-
feet, and I moved him here.
That being said, if you do that, you'll go through the red
Oh,
crackling portal thingy.
okay, fine. I didn't.
Or
mean
the
to
red
do that.
crackling portals.
Do it. We haven't seen what happens yet.
Hush. Save it. Say it. Let's. What do you think we're gonna
Okay,
do with
that works.
Kane's
You
dead
can go
body?
there if you want. You want to go there?
Can I move a little further back?
That's. I mean, that's. Let me see. If you go to here is 25.
Its movement speed is 40.
Right, so you could go to there. Bottom left corner could go that far. So you can
There?
go where. Yeah, that's the furthest you can possibly
Okay,
go.
that's what he does.
Okay. So let me see here. We'll go ahead and. Do you want to do that? No, okay, we good. Colleen.
Okay, I think I'm gonna do 3-4-3,
Okay.
and I want to use my bonus action to grab that bitch.
Too far.
Too far?
Yeah, because you have to measure
10.
from here. That's 10.
This is still 10 to me.
It's not. I would have just actually moved it further if that hadn't been what I was intending. But that's totally what I was intending. Look, this is the last square, and you go 10 feet away. This square is 12.5 away.
I'm counting edges instead of centers, so that's
Yeah,
just
I'm
my
not.
fault. Okay. Well then, I'm gonna use this other thing. I don't think I can use it on. If I give Kane temporary HP while he's unconscious, is he still conscious?
That's a really interesting question. Let me check. Because I had the one feature where at one point I was purposefully bypassing that, but temporary hit points. See under hit points.
If you
One
move and
98.
force feed a potion, it's an action.
Yeah, I don't have any more of those. I
If
drank
you have
my
0
wine.
points, receiving temporary hit points doesn't restore you to consciousness or stabilize you. They can still absorb damage directed at you while they're in that state, but only true healing can save you. So, like, if you gave Kane a whole bunch of temporary HP, and he got hurt, you might keep him from having to make a death saving throw, but otherwise, it's not helping.
Okay. Because he's still grappled by the thing, right?
Yep.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Chill Touch on it and empower it with this Stick of Truth,
Okay.
assuming that I hit it.
19 is a hit. Guys,
Yeah.
chill touch hit.
Chill Touch hit.
Holy shit.
What do we do?
Of all the times.
How does it work?
I don't
Alright.
think you didn't prepare for this, did you, Casey?
Alright, so yeah, give me about 5 minutes. Alright, so Colleen, you're not used to chill touch hitting. That being said, this one felt pretty good. You feel like it should do more damage than it's actually doing, though.
I figured that might be the case, but I had to make a spell attack to use the wand, so I was going for it.
So hint about necrotic damage. So that being said, okay, disadvantage on if you hit an undead. All right.
Yeah.
All
But
right.
everyone has advantage attacking it.
Oh
Go,
wait,
Chris.
that's right. It doesn't have to make a
Charisma
save now.
save.
Charisma save. All right.
No! Ah!
That's one charismatic dead dude.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Well, no, he's not dead apparently. Otherwise, he'd have because he
Alright.
doesn't get disadvantage. So
It was a good try. It was a good try.
Well, got a bonus action for stuff. Okay.
Wait, was that a
Making the save.
reaction or no? Well, I'm just making that up. Never mind.
What is it? Constitution?
Yes. What's
Trying
the
so hard.
what's the number for that?
3.
Okay.
Great.
Oh, all right. So now you also feel a wave of sickness and have vulnerability until your next turn. All right. And at this point, it's going to go ahead and use a legendary action to make a tentacle attack against Whale.
No, he's trying to grab me before I can punch him to death.
That said, I don't think a 10 hits you.
No, it does not.
All right. So that will bring us to the top of the order. And hey, more con saves.
Alright, I'm gonna go 163.
Okay.
Just so I can drink this healing potion. Potion of greater healing. Was that 4d4?
Yeah, 44 plus 4. Go ahead and also mark down that you took a potion of greater healing. Just something you need to remind me about later. Okay. Restore 14.
And I can't attack, so I'm just going to dodge.
All right.
And con save.
Yep.
Hooray! I messed up.
Yep.
But you're consistent.
So more
Yeah,
damage,
doubles
vulnerability. All the vulnerability. All right. Alistair.
362, you say? All right, I will do 362.
Okay.
Let's go that way. And I would like to cast slow.
All right. Wisdom save.
Yep,
All right.
that's the one. There, here's the button for it. Haha.
7. All right. It is affected by the slow.
Excellent. That's real good news.
All right.
So
and you do pop invisibility. Go ahead and roll
Yep.
a d6.
and I.
Oh, wait a
need to roll
minute. Wait a
these.
minute. You did a 3. Oh, no, that halves damage. All right, you're good.
Yep. Yeah, I checked that.
Yep.
Hey.
All right. Wild magic time.
Let's go.
How much does he heal the enemy for?
50.
100 million heals.
No. Okay. You cast polymorph on yourself.
Hell yeah.
Go ahead and I believe it's a wisdom saving throw for polymorph.
What is? Do I? Why resist polymorph? I can't remember.
What?
Depends what you turn into.
Do you want to resist polymorph?
You are about to turn yourself into a sheep.
Oh, into a sheep.
If you
Okay.
do not make the saving throw.
Can I use the Tides of Chaos I just got back for advantage on the saving throw?
Let me check.
I may not have Tides of Chaos back till this resolves. I guess I could argue.
So wait, so are we saying is that when Alistar does something,
No,
It's
you
gonna end with
regain
him becoming
Tides
a
of
sheep.
Chaos after this.
Okay, that's what I thought. Is it against my own spell save DC?
Yes.
Excellent. This would be super easy to succeed. I fail. Good thing I didn't use that Tides of Chaos.
All right. So, well, that said, I am going to allow that you can continue to concentrate on your spell.
Cool.
So, all right. So, Alistair winks.
I still have my movement, right?
Yes.
What's a sheep's movement speed?
I imagine you could probably Google sheep stats, but it's actually not. Wait, are there sheep stats?
Yeah, sheep 5e creature.
Okay, weird, because it's not like an independent creature. You're supposed to use like cow stats or something?
Speed 30 feet.
Okay.
I might
you
be on a
have it.
home page. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine. Just use that. I don't imagine it's anything too overpowered.
Oh, damn it. I just closed roll 20. Well, all I was going to do is walk around in a circle because I'm a sheep now. So I was going to do that. It was going to be funny. We all were going to have a good laugh as I reopen roll 20 and move.
But now we can't.
Oh.
Move in small circles. There we go. I did it.
All right. So yeah.
And I need to make a con save for you, right?
Yeah. So use your new sheep stats.
Oh, boy. You know, Alistair's real good at con saves. Do I still have class levels as a sheep?
I'm pretty sure. Well, let me check polymorph. I'm pretty sure you're still just a sheep.
The stats of whatever you turn into.
Yeah. So,
All right.
So give me that sheep con save.
How about an 11?
It was against the 3. Yeah, you good.
I'm good.
All right. So now, how many
Still a
HP does the sheep have?
Oh dear.
I have 3 hit points.
Okay. So here's the deal, guys. If Alistair gets damaged 3 or more HP, he'll unsheep. That being said,
yeah.
polymorph is house rule for me. So he'll take 20% damage through the polymorph. All right.
I kind of like to think I just don't like the house rule right now.
Guys, everyone,
I like
let's go
being a
kill
sheep. That's
Alistair.
like, yeah, you can hit me for as hard as you want, but I'm just a sheep. So
I mean, also he'll have to make a concentration check against the slow. Alistair being a sheep and maintaining that slow might be a good thing, especially since it kills multi-attack, doesn't it?
it absolutely does.
Yeah, that's a little rough. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So that will bring us to Kane. Kane, just give me a death saving throw.
Well, yeah, it does, and it also can't take bonus actions.
Okay, that is a success. And that will bring us to Innis. All right. How far away is Innis? Oh, she's within range. Alright. No, I think she's just gonna go with this. Okay, so Innis is just going to go 5-1-6 because she is actually in range for all of her attacks. And alright, so Innis closes her eyes, sort of waves her hands in a bit of a circular motion, and 3 fiery spears appear above her into each side, and then streak towards the creature. So here is attack number 1.
Oh boy.
That's a cool spell.
That's
I like that spell.
And it has to make a dex save. Fails. So takes 47 damage.
and then 2 more javelins, right?
Yep.
Oh boy.
Attack number 2.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Casey on Casey action.
Well,
Wow, that extra 2.
It has a -2 on the dex save too.
oh.
Oh.
Rip. Alright. Takes 14 plus 54.
27.
So 68 damage as the Alright, so the first flame javelin lances toward it, plunges in sort of in its lower midsection, and you see its cloak just erupt in fire as it does that. Then the second one streaks, catches it straight in the straight below its hood, and you see the entire upper part burst into gigantic flames as well. And then as the third one flies past, it actually misses because the giant creature has already started to sort of implode upon itself. It
Damn it.
compresses into a tiny space. You hear almost like a pop, and then just feel a wave of sonic energy rush over you.
I was working so hard for this last shot.
And then the next thing that you know, you appear back on the ground. Most of you begin to stir. Kane sort of takes, just sort of lies on the floor, not stirring for a moment. Anya runs over to him, and Kane, go ahead and heal for 5 for now.
Oh god, tentacles, no.
And you a short distance. Oh, let me think. So Anya is sort of knelt over Kane, tending to him. Crow, you see, just sort of looking down on you all, but with sort of a wide expression in his eyes. And Tavrith is sort of over to one side, not drawn up to his full height, and it's a little hard to read the expression of a dragon, but a look of concern is on his face. But nobody says anything as you all begin to right yourselves.
I try to call upon the magics that kept people alive and wonder why they don't work.
Okay, yeah. As you sort of reach towards that, you feel that it's missing.
I have a superior potion of healing, and I try to hand it to Ennis.
As you reach out with it, she sort of waves with a hand, but she's extremely unsteady. As she sort of reaches out with her hand to wave it away, she actually falls over on the ground and sort of falls to her knees and catches herself with one hand. Halil and Colleen, give yourselves back the potions that you spent.
Hooray.
And you hear Ennis say, I need to rest. And Anya walks over to her with a look of concern in her face, looks at you all, looks down at Ennis, and then says, I'll be right back. I'm going to get Ennis to her chamber. And you see her pick up. Alistair, as you wink back into this world, you pop out of sheep form. You actually briefly appear as a sheep, and when everybody sort of looks over at you and sees a sheep there, there might be even some suppressed chuckles. But then there's sort of a pop, an explosion of little pink clouds, little pink puffballs. And
There's some pellets on the ground next to your feet.
And you pop back into your normal form as Anya sort of rushes out, cradling Ennis in her arms. Finally, after a bit of silence, Tavrith looks at you all and says in what passes as a quiet voice for a dragon, what happened?
Big tentacle monster.
It looks like we fought the god that gave us powers before, and it wailed on Ennis pretty hard.
Actually, I'm curious. How come you guys took so long to kill your dudes? Like, why did we have to come and pop in to help out?
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
I mean, you guys they took you out, and then they said something's off, and then we ended up where you were. Why did it take you guys so much to take out your dudes?
I mean, our dudes almost killed you, if that's what you're talking about. No.
We first fought some guys, some things, that sort of lobstery looking thing and 3 small heads. And then we were transported to that large area where we saw all you and Innocent, that other guy.
Y'all couldn't fight a lobster and some heads?
No, we did fight those. They died.
I didn't see a tall tentacles thing when I did my thing. That's weird. Y'all are weird.
At this moment, Anya comes back through the door and looks at you all and says, exchanged a few words with Innes. She actually wants to speak to you all, but I do think it's best that I moved her. If you all want to follow me, we can perhaps go back to her chamber.
Very well.
So you all follow her out. So you're all here. Do what you want. So yeah, you all leave, file out of Topper's vault. He closes the door behind you, and you make the long walk through the massive hallways of his lair, finally coming to the door that's been locked the entire time that you've been here, but is now open, and you file in behind Innes. I mean, behind Anya. Innes is the. Oh, actually, let me think for a moment. Okay. The room actually has 2 levels to it. There's a lower level with a couch, sort of a reading space, a wash basin, a number of just sort of comforts, and then there's some stairs that go up to a loft on the top, and up there is where you find Innes. Tavrith sort of just hangs out, still in his dragon form, on the lower level as you all go up. Now, he's so tall that he can still pretty much look up easily at where you are. But you all sort of make a circle around Innes, and she looks up at you and sort of weakly says, "Good, you're here. Listen, I finally remembered. It was, and actually, wait a minute. I just want to represent this properly. Wait, where the heck is? There we go. Oops. It's not 2. Go away. All right. She looks around at you and says, I wish it hadn't taken quite that to make me remember, but long ago, my brothers and sisters and I were born, made, and ordered, if you will, this world that you know. But then after that, we struggled amongst each other. Then after that, another enemy emerged that united all of us. There is good and evil. There are forces that build and forces that destroy. And then there is a more fundamental, and she seems to sort of halt over some of these words more than you're used to, almost as if she's struggling to even remember how to speak. There is a force that is not merely evil, but that should not be. My brothers and sisters and I were born of that which is in this world. But then there's that was trying to come in from without. That creature that you saw is one of the greatest of those, the outsiders, the not things. We imprisoned them, my brothers and sisters and I, long ago. And it seems they are trying to escape, and I am afraid my weakened state won't help matters any. I know now what you'll find if you follow Cyphera to where it leads. You'll find the place where we imprisoned them, my brothers and sisters and I. I don't know what good can come of going there. Perhaps Tavrith was right after all. I'm afraid to wonder if I might have been manipulated into setting them free. Perhaps you have questions? I'm not sure
Why
what
were
else
they-
to say.
Why were they in their heads? Always in their heads.
What?
Like, we all went... Didn't we go in their heads? That's where we were. Why was the thing there?
Oh, Tavrith? Yes, and Tavrith sort of does, again, a draconic throat clear, which is more like low thunder. That box that I played, it sends you into sort of a dream state. That world that existed was, in many ways, within your own heads. I don't understand everything that's being said, but from the little that I have gleaned, it sounds like those outsiders, and with this, Inna says, well, actually, no, those outsiders had some influence over your minds, and that would be why you confronted them there.
So the Koatoa are working for the outsiders?
Innis sort of stirs slightly. Koatoa. Aboleth, right. There are some creatures, and she sort of stumbles over the word, and Anya says, aberrations? And Inna says, yes, that partake of... And she squints, and actually, wait a minute. Let me see if she actually remembers this. Those creatures known as aberrations partake of the nature of the outsiders. Their name is the Sons of Koal.
Oh, I get it. I totally get it.
So the Quotoa have long worshipped some of the more powerful of those aberrations, including the Aboleths. They had an ancient empire long ago, and its memory still remains.
So does worship give power to these creatures?
Anything that helps them partake of reality.
So if we just destroy the Koatoa, then it'll be fine, right?
Based on what we just saw, I would say they've already got a firm foothold.
Okay.
How do we put them on shaky ground?
Innes leans back. Well, she's already leaned back, but she closes her eyes. We need to renew the seal somehow. I honestly, in my current state, can't quite put the pieces together for how to do it. However, it was the magic of me and my brothers and sisters that first sealed them. Tavrith. He swings his head around and says, yes. Show them that place. It might answer some of these questions. He says, the ritual chamber? Yes, yes, that. Short of getting all of my siblings on the same page, I think that making use of the powers of that place might do well. Very well. Tavrith go ahead.
Oh, Fallon looks around and says, is there any way we could help you, get on your feet?
She says, I think I just need time. Honestly, Fallon, you've already done quite a bit. That creature has an ability to render one's mind utterly feeble. What you did back there has already helped me to recover a bit. If you hadn't done that, I wouldn't even be able to speak right now. But I still need time. Tavrith sort of...
So that place then.
Yep, Tavrith sort of inches towards the door and he says, if you'll follow me, I'll show you. And you all sort of slowly file out of the room. Anya stays behind with Ennis. Crow, once again, still just sort of trudges along behind you all, but looks up towards Tavrith. They exchange a look, and he sort of ducks back towards the chambers where you guys stayed before. And the six of you, including Mork, follow Tavrith to the front of the building, out the main door, and then along this left side passageway back towards this pen where Haleo was with the Golub door before the rock people. As you step out of the main door, Tavrith shapeshifts back into his dwarf form. And he walks you over towards what appears to be a solid wall, just sort of, around here. But then he disappears into it and then reaches a hand back out and sort of gestures for you to follow him through. And you walk through what proves itself to be an illusory wall. You walk, I imagine mostly in silence, through a relatively nondescript path that twists down and around deeper into the mountain. Although as you go, it becomes less and less rough. The walls sort of become smooth, almost polished, very much in the style of something that dwarves would craft. Finally, you get to the center and you enter a circular room. At the center of the room is a triangular obelisk of polished white stone. And on each face of it, you see, well, on the side that faces you, you can see a small oval depression, as if something was meant to be inserted there. Around that, there's a pentagon that's etched deeply into the smooth gray floor. A line connects each point of the pentagon and also connects each point to the center. And at each point, a stone torch burns, each with a different color. The brightest, which is a red flame, burns very intensely, and its light fills up the room. Across from it, there's a green light that burns clearly, but more dimly. And you can barely make out the other three lights. One appears blue, one white, and the final is so dark that it appears black. Finally, along the outside of the chamber, the walls are made of rough obsidian. They shine in the light that fills the chamber. Attached to each, made of the same stone as the wall, is a shelf, rack, or a hook of some kind, as if an object was meant to be placed along each of the 7 walls. Finally, your eyes drift up to the ceiling, and there you see a series of runes, perhaps the forgotten script of some language, that form 3 concentric circles. It looks like there's actually 6 lines of text, sort of one on the top, and then going down in a series of sort of arches.
Can I
Can you what?
identify the runes?
Do you know comprehend languages?
I have the ritual of it.
Yeah, I gave him that scroll.
Okay.
It's worth a couple minutes to look at it.
So you could do that, but Tavrith sort of looks back at you and says, I imagine you probably aren't able to read the script on the ceiling.
Well, I can. It'll just take me a little bit.
I can translate it for you.
Oh, well, that would be lovely.
It says this. In the beginning, Maer gave birth to his children. By the 3 creation stones, the world was made. By the 7 relics of power, the world was limited. And by the 5 dragon spirits, the world was safeguarded. These were scattered, but to the one who assembles them is granted authority to build, destroy, and protect. It's just a rough translation, of course. It's much more poetic in the original language.
Of course.
Poetry's for noobs, not in character.
Anyways, if Innes is telling me to show you this place, then I imagine she intends to set you on a certain course. There are clearly many items mentioned here, but there are certain rituals that are possible in this room only with them, which are, well, my understanding of it, which is not perfect, is that they're the way for mortals to invoke the power of the gods. Not the gods' power, mind you, but power commensurate to that of the gods. And from what I understand, 3 of these items are already in this room. Last night, the Scepter of Command was produced, and he sort of gestures towards, I'm trying to think how to describe it. Not a hook, but think of like something that you would hold like a pool stick on. One of the walls has a setup kind of like that, and looking at it, it would actually fit the scepter rather neatly. And then he gestures towards you, Colleen. And I would wager that that stone around your neck, rack, thank you. I would wager that that stone around your neck would fit well in that depression. And he points toward the obelisk in the center of the room.
Really?
And as far as the dragon spirits go, he looks at you, Halal, and lets a small smile crease his face. That red torch does burn rather brightly.
I think this small gem is one of these creation stones.
Well, if you want to verify, I don't see any harm in seeing if it fits into that.
I eagerly skip over to the obelisk.
Okay. So it's in sort of a housing right now, but as you actually examine it, you find that it's sort of there's sort of two golden bands that come down, and you can sort of use tension and pry them open, kind of like you can pop an eyeglass out of its frame without destroying the frame, except it's a little bit easier than that. So you press for a moment and pull it out and lift it to the obelisk in the center. As you do, you fancy that you see a brief pulse of golden light that radiates in a sort of in 8 lines going in all directions. And
Turn
the
back and say, Kane, cover your eyes.
Why?
You're too young. Too young for this.
the face of
Kane covers his eyes.
the face of the stone glows momentarily, and you feel just a bit of a wave of pressure sort of pass over you. And then the room sort of returns to how it was. But you notice that that face of the obelisk seems to glow faintly. And
Well, that certainly seems like a sign of something.
Tavrith,
So, Kane,
Tavrith looks at you and says, I imagine if you hold on to that, know that whatever that was inside your head is gone. He sort of tips his head to the side. Something may come of it.
I'm rather torn there. I thought the magic was mine, and to have it gone sort of left me at a loss.
Well, if I understand anything of what that magic was doing, it's for the best that it's gone.
wait, what was it doing? Says
Shut up.
Kane. It's like both his hands over his eyes, kind of like the monkey see thing.
The working theory, says Tavrith, is that that magic was granted to you by the Sons of Kual. And so the more you used it, the more you increased their hold upon this world. If you had continued to use it, you may have helped them to escape their imprisonment entirely.
Okay. Can I uncover my eyes now?
Yes, you can uncover your eyes. I'm
So,
pretty sure
wait,
Queen-
so are these the? So all if the scepter's in here, does that mean that there was items of, or what was in each of these areas?
Says the artifacts that you may know as the vestiges of Alkadir. Their proper home, if you will, is right here.
So he just like had one around, clearly just wearing one this whole time.
Oh, you're speaking of the stone, the creation stone. Yes, for as long as she's been wearing it. He looks at you, Colleen. You've had this for some time?
Well, I've had this stone since the journey began, really. And I've always felt drawn to it. It just... Only I could see the colors of it. You guys just see a rock.
And what was up with you looking at? Is Halil a dragon? Is he a dragon too, like his girlfriend?
Do I look like a dragon?
Your girlfriend didn't look like a dragon.
Tavrith sort of smiles. The dragons were originally created by Carulo, Innis, and Miros. When the progenitor dragons were about to pass, their spirits were captured and imprisoned within mortals. Since that time, since that time, there have always been five. Five who bore the spirits of the ancient dragons. Always the spirits would pass into those mortals on the same day. Each of those who bore the spirit would receive it on their birth, on the same day.
So does that mean that people that have these spirits they're not vestiges,
No.
or are they? Okay,
The
that would have been too much if we had like 3 vestiges this whole time. It would have been too much.
the powers of 3 trios of gods are bound up in 3 different forms. The power of Innis and her 2 brothers. And I'm sorry, I'm kind of tired right now, and that's why I'm sort of pausing so much. My apologies. Carulo and Miros are bound up in the dragon spirits. And for one such as me, he smiles a bit, you can sort of smell it on someone.
And I'm gonna like put my hand on Halil's forehead. Does he feel warm?
Do you recoil at all from this, Halil?
No.
Okay.
No.
You sort of put your hand on his head, and it feels like a normal elf person thing.
It doesn't feel like warm or anything.
Not noticeably.
We need a baseline. Okay, so put my hand on Kaleem's forehead.
What
So
do you?
does Halil feel warmer than Kaleem?
Give me
I
a
push my
perception
hand
check.
back onto Kane's face. So what are we doing, Kane?
Well, because he has the dragon thing. He made the torch glow. I thought maybe he'd be like warm or something.
Halil, are you warm? Are you feeling alright?
Did you put your hand on his forehead too?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm intelligent. I'm not book smart or street smart.
As you could tell, I'm no more a dragon than the rest of you.
But are you warm though?
I said give me a perception check, Kane.
Oh, I didn't hear you say that. I'm sorry.
Elf in the streets, dragon in the sheet.
Golly.
Oh man.
Yeah, you can't tell. They feel the same.
Okay.
Fucking Fallon's just said, I'm pretty sure he's a dragon.
But that's dragon.
That would explain his dragon girlfriend.
So Tavrith sort of looks at you all and says, so this is what I meant to show you. Perhaps we should head back.
Question: does this place exist outside of time, or is like if we get moved to another timeline and there are no relics in this chamber?
Mind you, I've been around for some time and I know quite a bit. I don't know much about this timelines business.
We don't have to worry about it unless there are temporals around.
His eyebrow goes up and then he just shakes his head and keeps going. That being said, if you somehow pass to a world in which this place does not exist, then that probably won't be the only way that you're screwed.
Oh dear.
What I'm saying is the magic of our plane is very much bound up in this place. Part of the reason why I made my lair where I did was to protect it. So rest assured that it is very likely still to be here.
I clutch my creation zone and continue to try to make some sort of lifey magics. Slaughter.
Let me think about this real quick.
Try and make an apple blossom.
So, as
We're
you
all hungry.
continue to keep working at it, actually, let me think. Give me just a straight wisdom check.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Wisdom, Colleen. Wisdom. Damn it.
Nope. You keep working and working. You can feel the energy coming off of it now in a way that you couldn't before. But you're not getting the level of effect that you had hoped for.
I'm gonna
Can Kane try?
kind of crouch down and just like sit here for a while, just like making spirit fingers.
Okay, interesting. Let's well, okay. So as you sort of start to do that, Tavrith says, Colleen, do you need a moment?
I might need more than just a moment. This is a lot.
He looks at you, looks back at the others. So, are we waiting on Colleen?
No, don't.
I want
Don't.
to try to use the rock.
I'll just be over here.
I can't just leave you
Following.
here.
I'll be following. I swear.
He sort of walks over towards the entryway and then turns and looks back at you.
I go out the door and stand in the hallway and keep fidgeting.
Okay, you're sort of intensely focused on this thing the entire way out. Tavrith leads you all back toward his lair. You pass through the illusory wall that you went through before, go all the way around, back in the door, and then once again you are in your little meeting room that you've spent quite a bit of time in before. Crow is gone at this point, or at least he's either somewhere else or he's not with you. As you all file in, Tavrith takes a moment, heads over to the kitchen, throws together a quick plate with some, let me see, I guess some dried meat, some figs and berries, and some nuts. Brings it over. Also cracks open or pops open a bottle of wine and brings in some water as well, and just sort of sets that up quickly. Then comes over and talks to you all and says, all right then, perhaps it would be best to discuss your course from this place. Based on what I understand of your experiences, as well as what the goddess has said, believe that I personally would advise that you not follow Cyphera towards the center of Anangrun. It sounds like not much good can come of that until we have a better understanding of how to strengthen the protections holding back the Sons of Kual. That being said, she seems to indicate, and I agree, that opposing the forces currently confronting your land, as well as seeking to assemble the artifacts and powers around which that chamber is centered might be your path forward. What do you say?
Well, I wanted to swing by the Yuanti and get back that crown anyway, so sounds like we're all aligned now.
He looks at you and says, you have a lead on another of the artifacts?
I'm not sure which timeline it was, but we believe the Yuanti have the Crown of Prosperity.
It's Crown of Allure.
Crown of Allure?
Yep.
That's the one.
Ooh.
It's a Chalice of Prosperity, right? I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Whatever you think is best, Tabrith. Give him like a. Hey.
He
What's that?
shakes his head and says, "Thank you, Kane." He says, "Well then, it sounds like you may have your path from here. If you would like to rest for a night before you go on your way,
Yes, please.
then you may do so. And I think if I check back with the items that I have, I might have a means of speeding you on your way from this place."
That sounds like fun.
Well, in that case, I'll have one last nice dinner for you in a few hours. In the meantime, feel free to rest. And he grimaces and says, "Actually, I don't think it's within the vocabulary of a dragon to say make yourselves at home, but make yourselves comfortable."
Can I repeat back the Dragonborn for make yourself at home, but just like mumble it?
Okay, yeah, sure. Just a second. What is Golden Dragon's perception?
Probably pretty good.
Okay. He looks at you and sort of smirks.
And he smirks.
Yes, he smirks.
Nice.
And says, "On further thought, I wouldn't advise it." Okay. So, yeah. So you all go off in your various... Oh, and then, actually, as you all sort of begin to disperse, Fallon, Anya approaches you and says, "Fallon, a quick word."
I just kind of stop and listen.
Okay. She says, "Innes needs someone to take care of her. I'm staying here. I wanted to let you know."
And I say, I tried to give her a potion. She didn't want it.
"I think she needs more than a potion. That whatever it was you saw in there did something to her. She's, frankly, I'm sure her power is still devastating, but she's not a god right now."
And I say, you think she'll get back there or what?
"I think she'll recover, but I don't know, and I'm a bit concerned about the ability of her priests and paladins to continue to draw power at the moment, frankly. Anything I can do to help bring her back, I want to do."
So I reach out my hand to her.
Mm-hmm.
And so I assume we're grasping hands. And I say, "Well, I wish she gets to feeling better real fast."
She smiles and lets out just sort of a brief laugh, and which tails off into a little bit of a sigh. And then she looks back up at you, and her eyes sort of sparkle a bit, and she says, "Me too." Colleen, I imagine that you're probably going off somewhere and furiously concentrating on your
Yes.
necklace. All right. So as you do that, so you take a very long time to do so. Give me another, or actually, let me see. This time, give me an Arcana check with advantage.
Yes. Yes. At least I'm consistent.
All right. You gaze at your necklace. You sort of let your eyes roam all the way around it. You start thinking about your experience of this thing as really non-eventful as it's been, with the exception of that one thing with your mother. And then you think back on that time and you remember a few of the hand gestures that accompanied that bit of casting that she did with it. You remember some of the talks you had with her about her theories about magic and spellcasting. And you sort of let your mind slip into that space. And as you do, you lose yourself a bit in this dull yellow stone, which suddenly to your eyes seems to begin to glow brightly and even begin to crackle with magical energy. And then you hear a voice behind you and to one side. It's the voice of what sounds like a young boy. And it says, "Finally! I couldn't believe it. Well, I mean, there's the obvious, but it was taking you so long. Hi, Colleen."
Hello.
you
Little
turn
Jeff. What?
you turn around and you see this what appears to be like a 7-year-old boy of you can't quite put your finger on whether he's a human or an elf or something else. But and I apologize, but I have to look something up actually. Doo-doo-doo. Right, there we go. He said, and yeah, he has sort of sandy hair that has that sort of like purposefully unkempt look to it, if you know what I mean. His face is just sort of mischievous. He looks down at you, or yeah, he looks across at you, I guess. And says, "Well, the goddess was trying to put me in your grasp, and it seems like I've finally been able to get through to you now that that scum is out of your head. Do you..."
Well, what's
Go ahead.
so what's scum? I mean, I guess it's sort of obvious.
Yeah, he looks at you and
How
sort
to
of
see
raises
this
an
scum.
eyebrow, and he says, "I think recent events would make that pretty clear."
I wouldn't say it was totally scummy, but continue.
He looks at you and says, "Colleen, I know you well enough to know that you're not especially picky about where you take power from. That being said, have you ever considered that there are some magics which, while treacherous, can be used for good purpose? But then there are others that are anathema to existence."
I suppose that is fair. As my journey has continued, I have run into some darker magics that I really haven't seen the light in.
Do you understand what it is for something to be opposed to life? And I don't mean merely using life in and he sort of links a bit, creative way. I mean, opposed to existence entirely. I mean, being so envious of the things that are, that it would wish to make them not.
That sounds awful.
Well, I'm sure it sounds like a bit of a riddle, speaking it this way, but suffice to say, that thing that was in your head, that's what it was. Perhaps I should introduce myself. I finally can, after all. He holds out his hand, it straightens up a bit, and says, "Hello, Colleen. My name is Lassadel. Nice to meet you."
Do I recognize that name at all?
Give me... What would this even be?
History?
I suppose.
I have benefits to that. I can do this. Fuck!
No, you don't.
I naively greet him as if he has no significance or importance of any kind and is just a regular person.
Okay. And he says, "I'm sure you are aware of the tripart nature of existence. Body, soul, and spirit, yes?"
Of course.
Well, welcome. It is my pleasure to introduce you to myself, the primal fount. The original spark of consciousness in the bodies of living beings. I can lend you a certain amount of power over the souls of things, and it seems to be the will of my goddess that you would have this. Now, that being said, don't want to overload you. He thinks for a moment, and he says, "All right, I'll tell you what. Let's start here. And actually, I need to pull another thing up.
You said his name was Lassadar?
Del, with an L.
Del Lassadar?
No.
It's right in the chat.
Lassadil.
Where is
Thank you,
this?
Sheep Lord.
There we go. All right, let me see here. All right, and as much as this pains me to do, he's like, we need to find... Colleen, I've got an errand for you.
What might that be, Lassadil?
Go outside and, well, it's a bit unfortunate, but find a slug or a bat or something. Or a fish.
So this is a conversation in my mind,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So I
I
walk
mean,
outside.
well, no, you actually perceive it as if he's actually standing next to you.
I start for the door.
Okay, and he trots alongside you. You pass through the hallway. You head out the door. You walk alongside the underground lake. Go ahead and give me perception.
Better than a survival. I'm good at this.
Okay, it takes you a while, but finally you find sort of a crawfish poking around the edge of the lake. And he points at it and says, "Do you have any particular attachment to those?"
Well, they are sort of adorable, but can't.
Well,
What sort of attachment are we talking about?
we're gonna mess something up, pretty bad. So
Oh dear.
I'm teaching you how to do something. Unfortunately, these things need to be practiced.
If you say
Perhaps.
so, Gem boy in my head.
All right. And he says, "My magic is to bring forth souls in things. Eventually, I may be able to teach you how to work this magic on a greater array of targets, but for now it's easier to concentrate on things that are already living. So consider this, if you will." And he gets sort of a mischievous look on his face. Imagine you're a being that already has a soul, and you try to get a new one. How do you think that would work?
Well, you would have to overwrite the old one.
Let's say you don't overwrite the old one, you just force the new one in.
That does that work? Does that fit?
Unfortunately, not. And you feel something that, uh, like, seems to have the nature of a spell sort of unravel in your mind. But you recognize that this isn't anything that belongs to the normal schools of magic. In fact, it feels opposed to the magic that you knew before. Um, that old magic was sort of preserving a false life, if you will. This one seems to be creating a very new and real one, although as the nature of this spell sort of unfurls completely in your mind, you feel simultaneous horror and fascination. Um, would you like to cast the spell on this poor crawfish?
I give a very serious look to Lassito.
He shrugs. I thought it might do well for you to experience it, but frankly, you probably are a good person for not doing it. But I guess that means that you're trying it out for the first time in a situation. If you're
I
okay with
mean,
that, then we can go.
I'll try it. I was just giving him a very serious look, like, is this what I want? And I'll start to well up the magic, I guess.
All right. So, as you do, you see this poor little crawfish. I'm so sad. Start to shudder a bit, and then suddenly it explodes in a giant burst of light.
Oh boy. Oh, yeah.
So,
Crawfish, anybody?
I am going to go ahead and send you this ability. Once again, the balance on these abilities I need to do a little bit of extra work on. So I reserve the right to change these. However,
Okay.
here is what you've got.
Can I delete my other two tentacle abilities?
Yeah.
Sadness.
I never got to show off one of mine.
Whose fault is that?
Yours.
Okay then. Oh boy.
And Lassadel says to you, "This is simply the most direct application of my power. It's, as I believe you saw, unleashing this magic can have negative consequences on the user if you don't get used to how it works. It's not normal spell casting. That being said, I'm pretty sure that Innis gave me to you for a reason, so I'm going to do what I can to help."
Thank you, Lassadel. I appreciate any opportunity to learn, especially in regards to creation magic.
More to come at a later date. I think that's enough for now. So I'll be seeing you around, right?
Don't be a stranger.
Right here
Please.
if you need me. And he disappears.
I examine the exploded co-op.
Yeah, so you look down at, and actually there's not really much to look at. There's a small scorch on the rock. You imagine to yourself that it's in a better place now, and that it probably didn't feel it, but you don't notice anything until, give me a perception check.
The little bear comes to maul me.
You look over, you look up back at the shore of the underground lake, and you see what appears to be a smaller crawfish ploop into the water at the edge.
Hmm. Huh. I guess I will head back to everybody else.
All right. So yeah, anyone else looking to do anything in particular besides just rest and have a wonderful dinner and all of that?
Uh, eh.
I'm good with that.
All right. So as you all sort of rest and reflect on the things that have passed, how that rather more strenuous fight went, you realize that you're all feeling a little bit more confident, a little bit more accomplished. You gain some insights into things that you hadn't quite figured out before. All that's to say, you're all level 7 now.
What?
And,
Huzzah.
Hey.
and you all settle in for one last night in Topper Slayer. And
I didn't use my uncanny dodge.
and that's where we end for tonight.
Huzzah. I was wondering about that, Kane, but
Good night, stream.
I keep forgetting I have it.
I think every rogue does.